Alright, welcome. Let's see where I haven't been yet. So, okay, let's go play with some more Medusa. That's the word I want. Oh, geez. Speaking of Medusa, the other day I was telling a guy at work about a joke that went wrong on Game Informer years back. I don't know if you guys remember I thought there were Medusa heads out here. Maybe not. Anyways, I don't know if you guys remember the Clash of the Titans remake from, what was that, like 2009, 2010, somewhere in that general range. It coming out after the first two, if not three, God of War games. There was a clear inspiration there. Like, there was no denying that. So Game Informer decided to have some fun with that. Yeah, I got the money. Claiming that it was just like a complete ripoff of God of War with a different name, so they didn't have to pay. Oops, not the button I wanted to hit. That's why I tried to stop before I hit the ground. Anyways, with like a different name, so they didn't have to pay royalties, basically. Okay, so it's not where the Medusa heads are. And they wanted to make sure people knew they were joking, so they claimed that Dave Jaffe, the creator of God of War, invented Greek mythology back in, what would that have been, like 2004 or whatever, when he made the God of War series. And so usually that's a good plan. You like go stupidly ridiculous so people know you're joking. And they got a wide variety of responses. They showed some in their magazine and other ones they had on their website, just because there are way too many to... Oh, there's some Medusa heads. There are way too many to fit in the on the letter section of their crap of their magazine. Where do I need to go? Okay. But you know, the responses, oh jeez, basically ran the gauntlet. You had the people who were like kind of playing it cautious, like, hey, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there was like a movie in the, what that been, 80s, 70s, called Clash of the Titans, and so this movie is a remake of that. There are people who caught on to it, like, yeah, good joke, man. And then there are the people who were just upset, like, this is not a ripoff of God of War. This is a remake of an old movie, and some people just bought the whole thing. Like, Dave Jaffe did not create Greek mythology. It's actually existed for like thousands of years or whatever. Oh my word, I hate this area. Now I remember why I haven't fully explored this. See, this is the part where I just start getting annoyed and gets a little more frantic because I'm trying to kill him. Thank you, Skullface. Oh my word, stay. Oh crap, now I... Well, guess I don't get to have the weapon I wanted. Yeah, take that. Actually, right now I really want the book. Oh my word. I'm trying to swing it second time. What? There might be a lack of talking for a moment here, just a lot of noises. I hate this. Just die, you foul beast. Dude, stop hitting your head on stuff. Come on. Oh crap, I might be stuck. Oh. I can't get what the? Okay. Where am I? Come on. Missed it, baby. Missed like you've never missed it before. Come on. Do I have any kind of in that jeez, I don't even remember the name of the stuff. Blood Moon game. There's like a teleportation consumable. I don't remember if there's anything like that in here. I'm getting the idea that no, there's probably not.
What?
I don't think he liked that.
What?
Oh.
What? What?
Come on. You can do it.
What? What? What?
Yeah. Oh crap, they're alive again. Oh yeah, I can't go through here for some reason. Okay. Let's missed it. Pardon me, pardon me. Wish I had thought of this earlier. Oops. Come on, Rainbow. Come on, baby, you can do this. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that was something. Wow, you're weak. It's good to know. Doesn't really go up as high as I would have enjoyed. Where am I going in here? Okay. Can't go that way. Let's see. I need to go down. Go! Run, 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 run. Okay. Oh yeah, so the end of that Clash of the Titans story, which I didn't hate the remake. I feel like it was almost there, but not quite. Definitely think the original was better. There were some things that they did really good, I thought. I wish they hadn't revealed the, whoops. There, that's what I want. Cool. I wish they hadn't revealed the appearance of the Kraken in the trailer, because that thing looked really cool, and it would have been nice to be surprised by how it looked. The sequel, I mean, it's not awful, but it's definitely not great. I don't know, maybe I just have low standards in movies because I describe almost everything as, it's not awful. Reminds me, someone once described the Evil Dead remake as the worst movie they've ever seen. I laughed. I was like, man, I wish I could say that was the worst movie I've ever seen. I've seen some bad movies. But anyways, there was an episode of, I think it was Super Replay. I want to say it was for Super Metroid, which actually I haven't watched that in a long time, but it used to be one of my favorite Super Replays. But in the first episode, I believe, they have Andy Mack. I forget how to pronounce his last name. It's like Nakamura or something like that. But he was... I legitimately don't even know if they're still open. I think they are, but he was like the person in charge of Game Informer. And he was on that Super Replay because Super Metroid was like one of his all-time favorite games. Nice. And they brought up the Clash of the Titans thing, and just how, because someone started to jokingly said something that was obviously fake, and Andrew Reiner, the guy in charge of the editorial staff's like, oh, don't do that, like, we're going to upset people like we did with the Clash of the Titans thing. And mind you, this is like at least months later. I don't know how long afterwards, but it's definitely at least months later. And Andy Mack's like, I still get letters for that. People were passionate, wanted to make sure Game Informer knew that a movie existed years ago. Well, this is going to go poorly. Or it's going to go fantastically. Oops. I think it's going to go okay. You have a sword! Why didn't you use your sword? I got the heart of Vlad. Oh yeah, I don't have my axe. Yeah, screw you. I'm just flying. Stay back. Oh my. Okay. Okay, I'm back to places I've been. Actually, I should head back and fly down. I'm just trying to fill in the map a little bit. I was at like 170-something% completion. And if I remember correctly, I need 196% for the best ending. There's a couple areas that I know there's a secret to getting into them. I just don't know how to do it. Like, where you have to kind of trick your way into a waterfall. Although in this episode I did trick my way through a solid wall, so maybe I can figure that out. Alright, well that was exciting. Let's... Head back this way. Explore that area under the... Oh, bats can't open doors. Explore that area under the wood. I'm recording this a bit later than I normally would. Like normally I'd be going to bed right now. So this all had a text and wanted to see if it was my family saying goodnight. But no, they were talking about cheese. So I've been I've been thinking about ads on YouTube lately. Feel like in some ways they've been getting worse for a while. They've been getting more frequent, longer. Not necessarily talking about that, but more the type of ads. I don't know if you remember the controversy. Was it last year? I want to say it was last year with the basketball game where they had the ad. It was an EA game, and one of the biggest money makers of the last however many years was their FIFA series. Holy! Wasn't expecting that. Hey, I can stand on this. Almost hit my little buddy. Anyways, their FIFA game has a mode called Ultimate Team, which on the surface sounds really cool, actually. It's basically you try to gather your favorite players from like all the soccer teams so you can make your perfect fantasy team. The problem is all the players that are put in like these card packs, and so they unlock randomly, meaning that you might you can earn the card packs in game, I believe, but generally EA likes to do it so it takes forever to earn anything, so you just say screw this and start spending money. So to create your ultimate team, generally speaking, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money, and they were making, I should look up the figures on that, because the figure I have in my mind seems outrageous, and I want to see if it was actually true. One glance at that. Okay, I'm just gonna read this section. This is off of Spiel Times. I've never even heard of them, but I just clicked on something. So, but these numbers, actually, they have a link to the sales thing, but these numbers are lining up with basically what I was remembering. Where's that opening? But anyways. In the report, EA revealed that its Ultimate Team net revenue in the H1 of the financial year 2020 has been $716 million, which is up by a whopping 40% from the 509 last year in the last year. Very nice. In financial year 2019, the net revenue from Ultimate Team has been 1.38 billion, which accounts for 28% of the total revenue share. So, they're making a couple bucks. Sure. I'm not gonna go all the way over there. Can I unlock weapons up here? I completely lost train of thought. So anyways, the Ultimate Team, good idea. Not a huge fan of the way they implement it. Basically driving microtransactions and just a disgusting amount of money they make off their surprise mechanics. I don't fault them for making money. I fault them for creating games where you're extremely unlikely to be able to do anything through gameplay and basically making it as likely as possible for people to just start dumping money into it. But it looked like they were basically, I think they added pretty much the same mode in their basketball game, and that's what their trailer basically revolved around. showing a bunch of people just unlocking these packs or opening chests to reveal like the best players, and just all having so much fun and cheering and so excited because every time they're just getting the best players, their favorite players. And people complained to ESRB because the game was rated like a E10 plus, basically good for anyone over 10 years old. But in their rules, they basically state that simulated gambling is a guaranteed mature rating. And so people are just like, how are you calling this suitable for kids when there's gambling in it? And they're like, oh, we don't know if there's gambling in the game. Like, well, what are you talking about? Like, there's... Hey, look at that thing. Library card. Ooh. People are like, what are you talking about? You don't know if there's gambling in a game. Like, this entire trailer is based around gambling. And like, well, we can't speculate on what's in a trailer, so we can't say if that's in the final game. Then people are just like, wait a second. How are you saying you don't know what's in the final game if you've already given it a rating? And that's when people dug up interviews from... Whoops, I meant to go up. I wanted to warp. So when people dug up old interviews and whatnot and found out that the ESRB doesn't actually play games, they basically get a description from the developer saying, oh, here's what's in the game. And say, oh, I think that deserves this rating. And then if parents call in and say, hey, this was in the game, you didn't warn us about this, they say, oops, guess we better change the rating. Sounds like a great plan. I am way off track. So ads on YouTube, it kind of feels like they saw that, ignored the backlash, and said, I wonder if we could do something similar. I'm gonna go over and check a few of those openings. So same basic idea, but instead of people excited opening up the, like, oh crap. Instead of like a series of people excited as they open up the card packs, it's they try to make it look like you're just watching like a live stream or a YouTuber. And geez, I'll admit, I watch like I kind of rotate through like a dozen YouTubers, so I hardly know anyone out there. But so these could be actual people, or they could just be actors. Who knows? Makes it sound like I don't believe actors are real people. But yeah, they want you to feel like you're just watching another YouTube video. This person's just super excited playing the most highly anticipated mobile game of the blah 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 blah. Or they do have the people opening up packs, and of course they get the best cards every time they open a pack. Because you gotta advertise someone winning. If you advertise someone losing, no one will play your game. I'm going with the clock. I mainly just remember the sounds they make as they excitedly open up their card packs. One guy just keeps on, like, when a box opens, he gets a great character. There's another guy who just keeps on yelling, yo. Opens up a pack. Yo, 6-star. Oops, I thought I had a platform over there. Yo, 5-star. I think my favorite, though, is actually, like, they wanted to look like an unboxing for, I think it was a cell phone. I honestly don't remember. So, I've talked before that I don't really might have to speed this up soon here. But I've talked before that I don't really care about reviews when it comes to like entertainment things. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Anyways, maybe someday I'll talk about just like my changing opinion on reviews. But when it comes to like, jeez, like technology devices, stuff like that, then all right, man, I wish I had an axe. Anyways, when it comes to like equipment, technology, whatever, then yeah, I care about reviews. And the short answer for like entertainment stuff, movies, video games, there's so many factors that go into whether or not I like something, and it's so incredibly just like subjective to my opinion that I just don't put a lot of importance in other people's opinions on entertainment things. But but like if I'm buying like a microphone or I need to get a new laptop or something along those lines, then yeah, I try to make sure that I'm getting the best for my needs and within my budget. So I tend to look at a lot of reviews. You know, look up a couple websites. Hold on. Look up a couple websites, see what they're saying, jump on like Amazon and look at user reviews, and then might even run to YouTube and see some videos of people using it. And therein kind of lies the example for the problem I had with that ad. Obviously, in certain mediums, especially in like video games, it was for a long time. I don't know if this still really happens, but for a long time, it was pretty common. The company would send you a review copy of the game. It was actually generally considered a bad thing if the company didn't send you a review copy. He's getting close. This is not going well. Okay, that's the problem. I thought I would only get hurt if I hit his head, but nope, his body hurts too. That's the mistake I was making. Holy. Anyways, when when a piece of technology, when it starts off like, hey, they sent me this, let's see what I think of it. Like, it's not guaranteed that you're bought and sold, but you have to work a bit harder to convince me that you're like being genuine and not biased here. It's missed it. I keep on forgetting I have the mist. Jeez. Ah! So when I see this ad, where it's like starts off with a guy like, hey, such a company sent me over a phone. Let's see how well it works. And it's like, okay, literally, it's a person I never seen before, claiming to do an unboxing video where he was sent the item, and it's in an ad, meaning the company that he's supposedly giving an unbiased review of bought and paid for this time frame. Yeah, I'm going to believe everything you have to say. Ads. They're fantastic. Yeah, this way. Ow. You suck at spitting, man. Well, if nothing else, this should be a good episode for getting my percentage up. I'm sure I've mentioned this, but your percentage is based on, excuse me, how much of the map you uncover. So that's how there's 200, like over 200%. So map gets doubled. I'm not sure, it's like 200.6. I'm not sure what the 0.6 is. Yeah. No. Son of a... That worked. Alright, gonna explore a tiny bit more than I need to call it a... I don't know. I don't know how I dodged him, but I liked it. Alright, let's go down. Oh, he looks big. Ah! It's the most amazing sound. Feel the wrath of an axe. Ah! Why are you looking that way, you fool? Oh. The best thing I could have hoped for. All good things must come to an end. Alright. I'm gonna head up to that save area and call it an episode. I feel like I did pretty decent today. Well, howdy. Good job, Tony. How come you never hurt for me? Ah! I'm poisoned. I can't go up. Cat's playing in the litter box. Recently they have this weird habit. Used to be a major issue. They'd knock a piece of poop out of the litter box and, hey, look, we got a new toy. And so I'd come downstairs and just see like pieces of poop randomly around the dining room. But now, I don't know if they just saw me cleaning them up so often, they thought, oh, I guess we're not supposed to play with those. So now they get a bunch of litter on the floor and scrape it over to where the poop is to try to bury it on the floor. Like, thanks, guys. I'm glad you care. Anyways, on that story, I think I'm going to call it a day. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for joining me. Geez, I'm messing up my end line so often anymore. Until next time, my dear friends. Until next time.